Well, we're back. Another day, another update video. Today we're going to be talking about how and what I trained last month during the month of March. And if you can't tell already, this is going to be a long one. My training this month is formally known as the Big Train, and it was given to me by a good friend of mine. The month of March was air dribble month, and I quickly learned I wasn't as good at air dribbles as I thought I was. First up on the Big Train is backboard therapy. Now the point of backboard therapy is to get a warm up for my training. I'm not trying to score any crazy goals, I'm just trying to warm up my reads and place good, solid shots on net. I do every shot in this pack until I feel satisfied with the placement. Next on the list is double tap playground. And you might be thinking, why are you doing double tap playground? Isn't that next month's mechanic? And you'd be correct. While air dribbling is the mechanic I'm spending most of my time training this month, I'm still working on other things as well. This pack is pretty self-explanatory, I'm just trying to get good double taps every time. Next up is realistic air dribbles. Now the goal for this one is to do each shot 3 times in a row before moving on, but to be honest, I struggled with some of them. For the harder shots, I just did 3 completions before moving on. One thing I learned this month was that I struggled with long distance ground to air dribbles. Next is hook randomized. This pack is basically open net simulator. The goal is to score each shot, no bounce, 3 times in a row. Next on the list is shooting consistency. Like the name suggests, I'm aiming for consistency on placement and power with all of these shots. Next up is midfield shooting. Same as the last pack, the goal of this one is power and placement, and not moving on to the next shot until I'm satisfied. And now the first of the big 2 training packs, the ultimate reading pack. The first 20 shots in this pack are defensive, where I try to control the ball and keep it close. The remainder of the shots in this pack are offensive, and the goal is to read the bounce and try to score a good shot. The last and definitely the hardest training pack is Only God Can 100% this pack. Now this is where I really tried to work on my higher skill mechanics. I really just use this pack as a playground to try double taps, flip resets, anything I can to score the shots. And last but not least on the Big Train is air dribble hoops. And I'll admit, I struggled a lot with this map. There were 2 levels that I wasn't able to beat. Again, my issues seem to be long distance ground to air dribbles. Normally I like custom maps, but honestly this was my least favorite part of training in March. Honestly, for me to do the entirety of Big Train back to back to back would take me probably about 3 to 4 hours. I had to break this up over multiple training sessions, and honestly I didn't finish this every day. My brain can only really handle about an hour and a half to 2 hours of training before it just gets fried. And honestly, some days when I only have an hour or 2 to play the game, I don't want to just train that whole time and then get off. Moving forward into April and the following months, I plan on continuing to use the Big Train as a guideline and adding or removing training as needed per the mechanic I'm working on that month. Alright, let's talk about ranked. In 1v1, I played more games than last month, but still not a lot, unfortunately. My excuse this month is that I spent so much time training that I was either doing training or playing ranked 2s. I'm definitely behind on my goal of 500 games at 1v1 in 2026, but I plan to make up for that next month in April. Alright, finally, let's talk about 2s. While I did get back to GC3 in February, unfortunately I wasn't able to get a new peak before the season ended in early March. Meaning after the season reset, I was set back down to low GC2. The good news is that this season doesn't end until mid-June, so that gives me a lot of time to get back to GC3 and try to reach a new peak. That means we've got April and May before we're halfway done with this challenge, and I'd like to be sitting around 1800 by then to reach our goal of SSL by the end of 2026. Next month in April, we're going to be working on double taps, which is one of my favorite mechanics. So if you're enjoying this series, please like and subscribe.